What's up, guys? So today I'm going to show you guys some weight training stuff for Jiu-Jitsu. I said I was going to do those videos and I figured I'd finally deliver on it. So today we're going to be looking at this deadlift variation. It's a Hex Bar Deadlift. With the Hex Bar Deadlift, you're getting kind of the benefit of both the squat and the deadlift. It's a little bit more leg than the deadlift, but it's not going to put as much pressure on the lower back as the deadlift either. And it's more leg like the squat. But the benefit, I think, for a lot of Jiu-Jitsu guys is what I've seen, right, and from my own experience. Years of Jiu-Jitsu has taken its toll on my hips. My hips are very tight, and I'm still working on opening them up. And when I tend to squat heavy, right, my knees, my body has to move in different weird ways because of the mobility issues, the muscular issues. And then a lot of times, you know, I've seen where Jiu-Jitsu guys try to do the deadlift, and because their back is so used to rounding, the thoracic spine so used to rounding that upper back, they'll get down and they get down and their back immediately rounds in that position, okay? And so that's not a good thing. And then another thing, a lot of people I know get into Jiu-Jitsu have never really done anything athletic. And so a lot of times as they get into Jiu-Jitsu, they're like, well, man, this weight training stuff might help me out on the mat. I'd like to get into that. And this can be a great way, again, to cover all those bases. New lifters, guys with muscular imbalances for the squat and the deadlift, and it's a good exercise. So let's take a look at it. So one of the things I really like about it is, first off, it's a more natural movement, right? I mean, it's just like literally standing up. Whereas with the squat, sometimes it can feel unnatural to really get low and underneath the bar. And sometimes with the deadlift, it can be awkward, especially if you're a bit taller. You either have to go sumo or you might just have to really work on the mobility first. This is a pretty easy movement to get into. Another thing you'll notice is that you got two different handles on most hex bars. You got the lower handle and you got the higher handle. If you had the mobility, maybe you're shorter, that lower handle might be better for you. If you're a little bit taller, or if you're newer to lifting and have some like back issues, you might want to stick with this higher handle. You'll still get some good leg drive from it, but you're not going to have that need to really get down low. Okay. So right here, the knurling, the part of the bar that's like rough, we're going to be right here, go in the middle. And we're going to get right into our stance. Now, as far as the stance goes, again, there are a lot of really good people out there to learn this exercise for a little bit more in depth. But the basic way I do it is kind of get to basically a hopping position. And you can look, my heels tend to end up right up under my hips. I'm going to come down, get the grips. Now, I don't want the weight too far in front of me. I want to keep it about center, and I want to really focus on driving on my heels. When I'm here, I'm going to take my fist right now, and that's a good cue. Put it right up under your chin to your chest, so this way you have a little bit of space. What this is doing is this is keeping my spine neutral. I don't want to like get down here and look up to the ceiling. That's not what I want. Neutral spine. Keep everything straight. From here, you take a big deep breath into your stomach, lock the arms out so that you're straight. Drive from the lower body. Now, notice right here, I'm flexing my butt forward. Another thing that as Jiu-Jitsu guys, we really want to get every inch of this exercise, and part of that is that extension at the top. I'm not going to lean back and endanger my back, right? It's going to put a lot of compression on that lower back. I'm going to flex and squeeze my butt together. That's going to get the full lift, and without injuring me, it's also going to help strengthen my hip extenders, right? So Jiu-Jitsu, we do all hip flexion, and you look at like old Jiu-Jitsu guys, man, and like sometimes if they don't fix it, they'll be walking around like this where their hips are in constant flexion and they're like this. And a lot of times Jiu-Jitsu guys will complain about their lower backs hurting, and a lot of times it's because the extension muscles and their hips are not where they need to be in comparison to their flexors, right? The hip flexors are too tight, too strong. So back down into it, again, feet about hip width, and again, you can look it up and kind of adjust it depending on how you feel. Get the grips. Keep everything tight. We really want to straighten it back out. So if you have a phone, put your phone on the side, watch your back, make sure that you're not lifting here. We really want that drive to come from that lower body, right? We don't want to like rear back and then end up pulling from the upper body. We want to keep everything tight. Boom, right there. Nice strong explosion, can't speak, explosion from the lower body. You can tell I just got done working out myself. I'm like, I just finished a pretty good workout, but this is one of the exercises. So for you guys in Jiu-Jitsu, check this exercise out. If you got a hex bar at your gym, it's great for strengthening the legs and the lower body. It's not as heavy on the back, doesn't load the spine like a squat, will strengthen your legs. It's a more natural movement for some of you lifters that are new to being a meathead, and for some of us old meatheads that really like lifting weights, but sometimes, you know, it doesn't work as well with Jiu-Jitsu because of the pressure on our lower back and everything else. This can be a good implement to throw into the mix. So guys, I hope this video is helpful to you, and I'll talk to you guys later. Guys, and as I was unloading the bar, I remembered that I wanted to talk to you guys about grip work. A lot of you guys asked about what to do for grip strength. Well, if you're using weights like on deadlift and farmer's carries and trap bar deadlifts, things like this, or Hex Bar Deadlifts. You can also just practice holds, right? You can literally just, when you get done, maybe with your last set, just lock it out, hold. Set a timer, see how long you can hold for. Or if you were outside or if maybe you have some space, you could do farmer's carries with this thing just the same. You know, again, it's a great tool, but I think a lot of times for me, I like doing these holds because those long holds, those are tough. And if you did this with weight and did like farmer's carries, that'd be a great sort of cardio addition, right? Because just capacity. So it's not like going to be the super intense cardio, but again, do some long walks with like a farmer's for some distance or for some time. Great stuff for, you know, the overall cardio, but also for your grip work. So again, add those little bits in there too, and I'll talk to you guys later.